Today we are going to discuss on three topics. First of all, our discussion is on why haloalkanes are more reactive as compared to haloarenes. Now we will discuss on how we can prepare phenol with the help of a haloarenes. We will go through the mechanism and we will see how we can prepare phenol with the help of a haloarenes. Okay. Now third, we will also discuss about nucleophilic substitution reaction. So let's begin. Come to the next first topic, that is we should know what is the structure of haloalkanes and haloarenes before giving the answer of this question. So if you are taking the example of a haloalkanes, so I can write, suppose I am taking a 2-carbon compound and this is a chloroethane. Okay. So what is the structure of a chloroethane? So this will be a C2H5Cl. Okay. If I want to write in an expanded form, I can write CH3, then CH2 and Cl. If more expanded form I need, I can write carbon and here hydrogens are there and here another carbon, and from this carbon 2 hydrogens are there and 1 chlorine. Okay. So this is the expanded structure of a chloroethane. Now come to the haloarenes. What is the structure of a haloarenes? How haloarenes are looking like? We have to see it. So haloarenes means here one benzene ring is there and alternate double bond is present. We know that this is a cyclohexane, and if alternate double bonds are present in the cyclohexane, so we are giving a name, that is a benzene. Okay. And from this benzene, one chlorine atom is attached. So this is an example of haloarenes. Now if I want to draw the expanded structure of this one, so I can write CCl, after that CH, then here also CH, then CH and this one. So alternate double bond should be present. Now this is expanded structure of a haloarenes and this is expanded structure of a haloalkanes. Now our question is that why haloalkanes are more reactive than haloarenes. So we have to see, to answer this question we have to see, the next part is that this carbon is sp3 hybridized and this carbon is sp2 hybridized. Now question arises, how I can tell this carbon is sp3 hybridized and this carbon is sp2 hybridized? I am giving you one trick, simple trick, is that in this carbon all sides single bonds are there, right? And in this carbon one side double bond is there. So if in carbon all side single bonds are there, then obviously this carbon will be sp3 hybridized. But if one side even a one single bond is there, so this carbon is sp2 hybridized. Now come to the hybridization concept. What the hybridization concept is telling, suppose we are taking this sp3 hybridization, so we can tell that here 4 orbitals are in contribution, right? How many 4? Which are these 4? One s is there and 3 p orbitals are there, right? So 1 s and 3 p orbital means total contribution. If we are taking 100%, so we can tell that s contribution is only 25%. Clear? Now let's come here. Suppose we are taking a sp2 hybridization and just equating with the 100%. So we can tell that here 1s is there and 2 p orbitals are there. So we can tell here s contribution is approximately 33.3%, like this. So what we are observing here s contribution is more and here s contribution is here s contribution is less and here s contribution is more. So what we are observing here, according to the electronegativity concept, what it is telling, if s contribution is more, so we can tell that this carbon will be more electronegative. If s contribution is more, so we can tell that this is more electronegative carbon. Okay. So what we are observing here, this carbon s contribution is only 25% and this carbon s contribution is 33.3%. So we can tell that this carbon is more electronegative. So if this carbon is more electronegative, what is the characteristic of any electronegative element? It is always attracting the electron to the other species which is bonded with it. So chlorine is bonded with this carbon, so it is attracting the electron of a chlorine toward itself, right? So this chlorine cannot be easily removed from this compound, but here this carbon is less electronegative, so this chlorine can be easily removed from this compound, right? So that's why we can tell that haloalkanes are more reactive as compared to haloarenes. Clear? Now come to the next topic, that how we can prepare phenol with the help of a haloarenes. So what is the structure of a phenol? This is a structure of a phenol. Okay. Then we have to prepare phenol from the haloarenes, or we can say chlorohaloarenes, right? If I am taking a chloro form of a haloarenes, so we can say chloro derivative of haloarenes, we have to prepare a phenol. So to understand this concept, with the help of this reaction, I am going to explain you that nucleophilic substitution reaction concept also, and this concept also, that how OH group is attacking in the ring and how Cl group is removing from the ring, right? So let's see here. Suppose I have this compound. This is a chlorobenzene, right? In this chlorobenzene, we know that chlorine is a 17th atomic number is there. So in the outermost cell of the chlorine, 3 lone pairs of electrons are there, right? And 1 electron shared with this carbon of a benzene ring. So now 8 electrons are present in the outermost cell of the chlorine. Now, chlorine is an electronegative element, and also it have electrons in their outermost cell. Free electrons are there. So we can tell that lone pairs are also present on the chlorine, and chlorine is also an electronegative element, right? So chlorine can donate the electron in the ring. So what will be the resonance formation will be take place, we will see here, right? First of all, these two are the electrons, so these electron will move here, the electron, so these electron will move here. So automatic, what will be the resonance structure will be formed? Let's see here. Here double bond will become here, and now one positive charge will become above the chlorine. Why? Because it is already involving one lone pair of electron in the ring. So what will happen? We already know that two double bond are not stable in nature. So what will happen when this electron will move here? So these electron will come in this corner. Okay. So this electron will come here. So now the structure will be formed in this way. Here negative charge is there, and chlorine, here positive charge is there, and two lone pair of electrons are there. After that, when this negative charge will come here, this electron will move here, right? So the second resonance structure will be formed in this way. Here double bond is there, then negative charge will come here. After that chlorine is here, one positive charge is here, two lone pair of electrons are here, rest all structure are same. Now again, this electron will move here and this electron will shift here, or we can say we can move one by one step, so it will come on this carbon. So next resonance structure will be formed in this way. Here negative charge, here double bond will become, here negative charge will become, and again here chlorine, two lone pairs of electrons are there and one positive charge is there. Okay. Then this negative charge will move here and this bond will shift here. Again automatic, chlorine will gain its lone pair of electron, okay, and come in a normal state, this, and here double bond is come, here double bond is there, double bond is there. So what we are observing here, we are observing here that we know that, first of all you should know that, suppose this compound is attached here, so this is a ortho position, right? These are the meta position with respect to this chlorine, and this is a para position. Clear? So what we are observing here, that negative charge is coming first of all in the ortho position, again negative charge is coming in this para position, negative charge is coming in the ortho position. So what we are observing here, that negative charge are coming in ortho and para position, not in a meta position. So suppose we have to attach that an electron withdrawing group in this ring, right? Electron withdrawing means any group which is just attracting the electron toward itself, they are known as electron withdrawing group. So suppose I have to attach this NO2 group. So where we have to attach, of course this is an electron withdrawing group, so it's more possibility to attach on the ortho and para position. Yes, meta product can also be formed, but it is not much reactive in the meta case, it is much more reactive in the ortho and para case, because negative charge is coming in ortho and para position. So when nitro group will be attached in the ortho and para position, this compound will be stable, right? So this is coming, we have explained you about this concept, how nitro group will become preferred, that it will attach in the ortho and para position. So our topic is that how we can prepare phenol from the haloarenes. Suppose for the formation of a phenol you have to attach this is a chlorine group is that, and if we are reacting this haloarenes or chlorobenzene with NaOH in a temperature approximately 300 Kelvin. So suppose what will be happen, this is a base, so it is always donating the OH minus ion. So what will happen, this OH group will be attacked here, okay. Similarly, how I make the resonance structure here, this bond will be shift here, after that what will happen here, this type of structure will be formed, here chlorine will be there, here OH group will be there, because oxygen have a lone pair of electrons. So lone pair of electrons will attack on this carbon, automatic carbon can be formed only the 4 bond, so this bond will be shift here. Now negative charge will come here, and again what will happen, this negative charge will move here, so this bond will be shift here, right? So again what type of a structure can be formed, this is formed here, double bond will become, here chlorine will become, here OH group will be there, and here negative charge is there, right? After that this negative charge will shift here, so this bond will be shift here, right? So the structure can be formed in this way. So here chlorine will be there, and here OH will be there, negative charge will come here, right? So this negative charge will move here, so automatic chlorine will be lost from here. So now the structure will be formed in this way. This OH will be attached here, here double bond will come, here double bond will there, and here double bond will come. So what we are observing, we are just preparing a phenol with the help of a chlorobenzene. And how we are preparing, we are using a base in a particular temperature, that is 300 Kelvin. So in this way resonance structure will be formed, and in this way phenol will be attacked in this position, and chlorine will be replaced from its position, right? So we can tell that yes, it is a type of a nucleophilic substitution reaction, right? Nucleophilic substitution reaction means any group, what is nucleophile? Nucleophile means any group which is attacking in the positive side, or we can say which is loving the proton, right? They are known as a nucleophile. So what we are observing here, OH group is acting as a nucleophile group, so it is attacking in this position, and one type of a substitution is there, that chlorine is substituted from its position and OH group is attaching on the place of a chlorine. So we have covered the topic. First of all, why haloalkenes are more reactive as compared to haloarenes. Next topic was that formation of a phenol with the help of a chloroalkenes. So this is a method how we can prepare a phenol with the help of a chloroarenes, and I already told you this is a type of a nucleophilic substitution reaction. So these three topics, hope it will be clear for you. Thank you and have a nice day.